Okay, I've done a couple toolbox videos. I'm in a service truck now, so I'm gonna give you a tour of my truck. It's the main cabinet. Up top, these are some of the pry bar holders. I have a lockout tag out with a little metal ring through it, so I'd stick the tag on there. It's currently on a machine. Actually don't know where, I don't remember. Wow, that's fine. A couple of magnetic trays, a little magnetic cup. This thing's pretty cool. It's just like a bowl. Random stuff in it. Actually, these go like that. These are little hydraulic plugs. I think it's super nice for hydraulic lines. Bigger set. Some consumables, some random shit. Extra keys in there. This one really is totally random stuff. I think got some chargers. Keep rags in there. Pen, paper. You will see these all over. Coworkers, they play pranks on me. That's fun. That's good though. If your coworkers don't play pranks on you, they don't like you. Just saying. Milwaukee inverter. This is great for plugging up your laptop in if you're out on a machine, you need to charge it. Just a speaker. This has got a bunch of some more lockout tag out tags, little service stickers, and our company tags, random paperwork kind of stuff, I guess. This is the little electrical. This thing's pretty cool if you're a newer tech. This book is awesome. It's got a lot of really good info in it. More paperwork. Random cups for holding things. Gloves that fell out of here. Okay. Alright. Top drawer. From the right, we got picks. Big hose picks. Intercooler. The intercooler boot picks. I don't remember the technical name, but they have a rounded face on them instead of a sharp point, so you don't pierce anything. Smaller picks, long, short, medium, whatever, baby. These are little def disconnect tools. You slip it over the little spot where you pinch it. Those do work pretty good. I'll get that later. Screwdrivers, Phillips flat, big, small, medium, everything in there. A little tiny one. This is all vice grips, coolant line, pinch off pliers. That's about, I think I have a seal puller buried in there somewhere. Scrapers, these Lyle carbide scrapers are great. They are awesome. And these are strikeable caps on them. Those are pretty cool. Cutting pliers, dikes, little zip tie, flush cuts, a pair of scissors, tin snips, medium, large, small, whatever you need. I like the Knipex cutters compared to anybody else. Just my personal preference. I think they are the best. And this is everything else. Pliers, Knipex, these penny pliers. These are the Icon version of the Knipex. Well, I don't know what you call them. You're supposed to be able to grab a screw on the end or something like that. But these are awesome. These are probably my most used pliers. And just a bunch of all sorts of stuff. One needle nose. These are the plier wrenches. They're kind of cool. Again, this is the Icon one. I haven't used these too much really. Just don't tend to grab them, but they feel nice. So there's that. Ugh. I have all these labeled too. I try, especially when I first got in here, so I remember where I put stuff. These are all standard wrenches. This little chunk right here, these are ratcheting. This is a Cornwell set. They're not bad. This is all just standard, your typical combination wrenches. I keep up to 1.25 inches in here, down to maybe 5/16. Yeah. And this spring wrap for hydraulic hoses works awesome for wrenches, because I mean, this is 2 full sets, and I mean, this is a set in itself really. So I got 3 sets of wrenches sitting in here, and it only takes up half the drawer. So that works nice. This is a max set. I like this set a lot because it's portable. That's why I got it. I got a really good deal on a promo for these. These are stubby ratcheting. This is the Sunex little stubby set. These work good. That's also, that's Tecton. It's crow's feet, 1/2 inch drive, 3/8 drive crow's feet. These are the flared style, and they end up not working a lot because if you need them for a hydraulic line, they don't fit over the hose, and then you have to cut the flare off to get it to fit. So if you are buying crow's feet, I wouldn't get these, or if you want these, also get a, you know, another set that is not the flare style, baby. Metric wrenches, again, just your regular old set. Stubby ratcheting, the Platinum Flexi double box fancy wrenches. These Capri super skinny wrenches are nice. Plus, these is the only set of larger metric I have. And it's just up to 24, I think. But once you get past that, standard will work fine. This is ratcheting metric, again in a nice portable case. Crow's feet, adjustable wrenches, and a small one over here, and big crescent wrench. Trash. These are all large wrenches, up to 2 inch in here. It's just a Pittsburgh set, and they work great. So far, I mean, they're big wrenches. If you're breaking those, then maybe you're doing something wrong. But anyway, this is a double box ratcheting, up to 24. I used a 24 on a good amount of stuff. These are the Pittsburgh service wrenches. These are pretty cool. I have 4 ways up to, I think, 1.25 inches maybe. Small ones, and it's like underneath of all this stuff. So this drawer is a mess, but it works. These are the Capri offset. I used them twice. This is an old set of Mac moon wrenches. Use those once or twice. Flare wrenches, or brake line wrenches, whatever you want to call them. Just the same as the crow's feet I was showing. These are those service wrenches I was talking about. They're really nice for hydraulic lines in tight spots. So that's what it was in the black box. Just showing that. Moving on. These are all standard sockets, quarters, 3/8, half. There's all in here. More babies everywhere. This is a set of 12-point. This is semi-deep, 3/8 wobble, 1/2 inch drive, shallow deep, 1/2 inch wobble, overflow of 1/2 inch shallow up to, what is that, 1.5 inches? Yeah. It's good to have if you don't want to break out a 3/4. Some ratchets that I don't use super often. This little Sunex bit kit is really nice. I have a socket for Knox sensors. This is for the filters inside of the def modules on our case stuff. This is shallow deep, 3/8 quarter, big tap sockets, smaller tap sockets, adapters. I do have nice adapters because I kept breaking them, and I've had this set for a while and I've yet to break them, so I'm not a tool truck specific, or, you know, I buy stuff on Amazon all the time. but it is nice to have a quality set of adapters, it seems. Security Torx for, there's like 2 or 3 times that I've needed them, so this is just a cheap set, and since I've had it, I haven't needed to use it, but I'm sure it'll work. And this is a pass-through, old school pass-through socket set. Impact driver, the screwdriver. This guy, and this is a Tekton one, and Tekton has a really good warranty. So I emailed them, sent them that, and they do not make this set anymore, but they gave me a $30 store credit because they can't warranty it. So Tekton is a really good company. Moving on, metric sockets, same thing, half, 3/8, quarter, shallow deeps, swivels, semi-deeps, everything. These are the Astro Nano sockets. These are pretty slick. All my ratchets, this goes in here, baby. 3/8 half, quarter extensions, longer extensions. I keep a commonly used 6mm Allen. That's that drawer. I had to move my light. Hammers, pry bars, punches, chisels. This is the Blue Point Hex and Torx kit. This is an amazing kit, it really is. I think Sunex makes one just like it. Should have something like that. Any sort of hammer. This is like I think a 2 or maybe a 4 pound sledge, and I cut the handle out to fit in my hand. It's awesome. Punches. I have a spare set of punches, big size chisels, super long punches. Just an old axle shaft out of something that was in the shop, so I stole that. Made it into a punch holder. This is kind of cool, so you don't smash your hand. Put the punch in there, and then tighten that little thread onto it, and you hold the handle. So there's that. Power tools. Let's see, over here, I try to keep all my die grinders and whatnot over here. Mix match of all sorts of brands. Impact driver, a little big gun, whatever you want to call it. Sawzall, 3/4 Milwaukee gun. Another bit driver. I got a needle scaler in there. A couple of ratchets. 1/2-inch gun. 3/4 pneumatic drill. Another 3/8 gun. The right angle impact. This thing is awesome. My power tools underneath here. These are all snap ring pliers. These Matco ones, they fucking suck. Don't get them. These Tekton ones are smaller, pretty decent. There's a 3/4. This is an Easy Red 3/4 extendable ratchet. This is a, oh god, radiator blower wand. Super handy. Yep, it just goes in there. And then this is a larger set of snap ring pliers. So we'll move on to this side. Up top, grease gun, transfer pump. All my batteries are in that bag. A couple more trays. Tape measure. This is some pocket stuff, flashlights, pocket screwdrivers, magnets, pens, pencils, headlight, or headlamp. There's a black light in here somewhere, mirrors. These Cyclops lights are great. It's a little mini kit with band-aids and tweezers and stuff. Torch tip cleaner, knives, air hammer bits, a couple random things, a boring tool for our case stuff, a couple of grinding wheels, Teflon tape, all sorts of stuff. Okay, extractors, drill bits. I don't know what kind of drill bits. Shop supplied. They're free. Can't beat it. Left-hand drill bits. Allen keys, metric standard, and then there's a Torx Allen key set. Oh, there's the metric. Automatic center punch. Extractors. These are, what is that? Oh, burr bits. Burr bits. These fluted style extractor. I haven't tried those yet, but hopefully I never have to. I'm sure I will. A little remote temp probe. For doing AC stuff, that's pretty sweet. Just stick that in the vent. Take this outside with you. Another little bit kit. Another bit kit. That's about all for that. And it won't close. Just normal. Electrical drawer. So this is a Deutsch crimper and Deutsch depinning tools are inside of this. Power probe under there. Some back probes. This is a Fluke lead kit. And this piece of paper just has a pinout for the diagnostic J1939 plug. It's kind of a quick reference. And I keep my meter and my everyday multimeter electrical stuff in here. So meter, leads, some back probes that I use for a lot of stuff. Little common relay jumper, some electrical tape. Keep a baby in there. The essentials. But this is really handy if you're climbing up on a machine. You just grab this and take it with you. That's from Harbor Freight. And then more electrical crimpers and strippers in here. This is Load Pro, a couple of 1224 test light. These are the Lyle disconnect pliers. I like them a lot. I think they're great. This is a small heat gun just off Amazon. This works really good, and you can actually use the low setting with the Milwaukee inverter up there. And it's way better than carrying around a big, large heat gun. I don't have the Milwaukee one because I've heard not so great things about it. So that works good. Headlight for load testing if the Load Pro stops working. This is a battery terminal cleaner. This is the 5-volt reference adapter, the power probe. Oh no, it's not. That is in here somewhere. This is an old lead kit that broke. That's power probe. A bunch of random leads. This is an amp clamp. This is a temp gun. Another battery cleaner, a little torch back there. So, yeah, this drawer is a mess, honestly. It is. This drawer is no better. This is just random. There's wrenches in here if I need to cut, bend, do whatever. Automatic wire strippers, big Knipex, long needle nose, and these little hose pliers. These work pretty cool. Trim tools, oil filter tool for my truck. For depth senders or any locking ring on a fuel tank, any sort of car, I'm sure it would work. I think I have spare crescent wrenches in there, small pipe wrench. This is service stuff, filter wrenches, all different types. And I think I have feeler gauges down in there, and for whatever reason I put some pins in the bottom to use as punches. Vice grip slide hammer buried in there. And 3/4 sockets. Metric stuff, a couple of metric in this corner. All these are standard. The chromes are mostly all 12-point. Another set of adapters. That's a Tecton set, and they just kept breaking, so I got the nice ones, 3/4 extensions. This is a gasket, cut a gasket set. Just got it at a yard sale. This has brushes in it with a little screwdriver handle you can stick them in. Works nice for cleaning out injector bores and stuff. Over here have a 3-foot pipe wrench in there. Wow, filming is terrible. 3-foot pipe wrench, spare 3/4 ratchet there at the bottom. That is the main cabinet. All right, this is over the wheel well, driver's side. Blow mold cases. Let's see. Trying to read the, oh, large taps is on the very left. Fuse buddy. That is let's see, I don't even know what all this stuff is, honestly. It's all blow mold case stuff. Anything that would come in one. Terminal tools, bearing drivers, taps and dies, vacuum, coolant filler, rethreader, extractor, crimper, puller. Back there is some automatic centering punches that work pretty sweet. I have a fan underneath of this. I'm using both hands right now, so I can't move it. Depth refractometer in there. Consumable stuff. That's some electrical leads in that silver kit. And the clear kit is some quick grab terminals and electrical stuff. Big pry bars. This is for doing cylinders, spanner, with different tips and whatnot. I got a jump box, colored zip ties up top, some gloves, some random stuff. This has got some quick grab, 2 different hydraulic gauges. I have some electrical random stuff in there for testing and whatnot. So, and this is all consumables in the blue drawers. And it's great because every time you open the door in this cabinet, there's like every drawer is all the way out. So that's cool. There's caps and plugs in that one. All sorts of stuff. Almost fell down. Next cabinet. This is a bunch of random filters, a couple belts in there. It was just stuff that was on the truck when I got it, so I kept it. Hand cleaners, tub towels. Down here's all your brake cleaner, WD-40, any aerosol cans, Loctites, AFCs. Coming up on winter time, might be using that again. I have a jug in there for filling oils and stuff. I don't want to spill a 5-gallon bucket all over myself. There's a pneumatic pump right here, my Milwaukee transfer pump hoses. And these are all my drain pans, and I got a bunch of funnels and stuff in that top one. There's that. Pry bars, long pry bar. There's a shovel in there, wheel chocks. I'm sorry, I'm filming this terribly. There's a long board in there. 10,000-pound crane. Up there is consumables, oils. I got 5-gallon drums of oil over there. End pack, waste oil, ladder. That's a nitrogen bottle for leak testing AC or charging hammers, accumulators, sledge and a pin hammer, a couple of ladders. In here, some bigger pins and stuff for punching, and a cheater pipe, some random stuff. This cabinet. These are all O-ring kits for different types of machines, except for this one has a bunch of nuts and bolts in it. Some lifting links, shackles, and all sorts of stuff. Crane remote. In here, these just have random stuff in it. So this one, I just throw hydraulic fittings in there whenever I use one or take one off. Just kind of keep it in case I need it for some reason. This one, I have some test fuel lines for, you know, low pressure systems. These clip onto the fuel filter head and whatnot. And I have some just totally random stuff. Some test parts. And caps and plugs. It's just totally random stuff in there. So underneath where those were, I have test leads stuck there. That clear hose is for a little suction pump for taking oil samples. That's an AC O-ring kit, airline, and leads for A little welder. You know. More consumables, nuts and bolts, grease fittings, and everything like that. And the blue drawers, suitcase welder. There's just a go bag up top. I have some jumper cables. That's some glass cleaner and Simply Green. More hydraulic gauges and stuff like that up there. There's that cabinet. So, start from the bottom here. That's just the truck batteries. I have some gloves shoved in there. Small go bag. Here is, this Milwaukee bag has welding stuff in it. Gloves, jackets, extra little shields and stuff for the welding hood. Bottle jack. Load tester for batteries. Some blocks, some jack stands. And here it's a vacuum pump for AC. There's some ratchet straps. This is a nitrogen. Oh, sorry, this is the scale. So that's just the scale. This is the nitrogen kit like I was talking about. Hook that up to a nitrogen bottle. And stick this guy on your high side. Port your AC system, charge it, soapy water, find some AC leaks. That works really awesome. So underneath that was some little chain hoist, big ratchet strap. That's a pneumatic vacuum pump. I haven't had very good luck with that just compared to an electric one, honestly. Up top in that bag is grinding wheels. There's a bunch of wire brushes in here, some bigger clamps, a couple of grinders, different wheels on them, some more welding rod. That's that cabinet. Torch cabinet, there's oxygen acetylene tanks, torch leads, some extension cords, all my straps are there. AC gauges, got some bungee cords, fire extinguisher, Jeepers Creeper. Couple of knee pads. This pack out is full of fittings, caps and plugs rather. So this is the pack out with all my caps and plugs in it. JIC on this side, O-ring face on this side. Some plastic ones, some of these little rubber guys that work pretty good. Miscellaneous, and these also work pretty good if you don't have a cap or a plug and you just need to stop oil from coming out. So this works great. I can just pick it up and take it with me somewhere instead of rifling through a drawer and taking the wrong size 2 or 3 times. This is a vacuum pump for hydraulic tanks. You just hook it up 12-volt supply, and there's some different adapters for different tanks. This is full of hydraulic test fittings, a couple of random, you know, fittings made up to make something work sort of thing. So that's that cabinet. And then under the seat, I have extra clothes. I have all my torque wrenches are underneath here. It's half. There's 3/8 quarter and 3/4 are all buried under all this stuff. So that's what I keep in there. Those hang on the seat. Put my laptop and my tablet in there. There's a charger in there. Just some random cables and stuff for my phone charger, and a couple of diagnostic cables for a couple of excavators. So yeah, there's the truck tour. I don't think it was quite as good. I didn't take my time like I did with my toolboxes, but there's a lot of shit to get through. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to leave me a thumbs down, that's okay. And we'll close this out with the most important. Diversified babies on my strobes. That's what holds everything together.